Okay, you saw that we basically have this API endpoint, so localhost colon 8080 /greet, and you can see the actual URL in here. So in here, if I basically reload this page, you can see that this works. Now right click and let's inspect the network tab. Now, one thing that I forgot actually is, so if you want to reposition this Chrome Developer Tools, you can click on these dots in here and you can change the dock side. So maybe you want on the left or right. So you can see that changed. Maybe you want a separate window. So it really depends on your preference. So let's just click on these arrows in here, go to network, and basically I can say fetch or all, but basically at the moment there's only one type, which is HTTP request at the moment, right? Which is this endpoint. So if I reload, so to record a network activity, perform a request, hit Command R, or this will be Control R if you're on Windows, to reload. So I'm just going to reload. I can click here or reload, and you can see that now what's happened was we have the greet request in here. So greet, and we've got others, so CSS and whatnot. So this is not ours. So this is the actual extension, which is performing all of this beautification on our response. So this is not ours. Now, if I click on greet in here, and you can see that we have a couple of things. So we've got headers. So let's inspect the headers. So the request was to HTTP localhost 8080 greet and then name Alexa. So this was the query parameter. The request method was a get. The response was 200, and the remote address and refer policy as well. And some of these things you can actually go and read more about on what they do. So these headers in here, you've got the response headers. So the response content type was application JSON. So this is what you see here. If I scroll, you can see the request headers. We said that we accept all of these content types. And then you've got a few other things in here that I'll basically leave a link where you can learn more about these request headers. Also, you have payload. So the payload that we sent was a query string. So this was name and then Alexa. So this is what you see, question mark, name equals to Alexa. And we can preview. So this is the actual verification of the JSON blob. You can check the response. So this is basically what we got, the JSON blob. But this is not beautified. And yeah, so let's try and basically fetch localhost 8080. Send, and you can see that this now is a 404. So basically, what we got back was a document. So this is a page really that we got back saying white error page, saying that there was an accepted error. The status was 404, but we can also see the status in here. So if I click on it, you can see that I can go to headers. So the same information in here, preview. So this is the actual document that I received. So the HTML page, the response right here, initiated and timing. So here you can actually see how long it took basically for the request, which was really quick, to be honest, 46.39 milliseconds. Yeah, so basically, this is more or less how you go in and inspect the developer tools for your requests. And what I want to do next is I want to give you a real example with Instagram so that we can put everything into practice that we covered from the HTTP and API section, as well as this section. If you have any questions, drop me a message. Otherwise, catch me on the next one.